This is the plaintiff, Sue Newsath. She says she sold 2 Prada bags to the defendant, and the woman complained about them, so she gave her a refund. She also stole the bags from her because she never sent them back. This woman needs to be taught a lesson. That's why she's suing her for the $207.50 she's owed. This is the defendant, Sharita Delbridge Smith. She says the metal piece on one of the straps was broken off, so she emailed the plaintiff, who told her to take it to a Prada store near her to get it fixed. Well, there are no Prada stores near her. eBay told her she was given a refund, and the items did not need to be returned, so she donated them. End of story. She is accused of poor Prada practices.
All parties, please your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff sold the defendant a brand new Prada bag, but when it arrived, it was broken. Now, the plaintiff refunded the defendant's money, but the defendant won't send the Prada bag back. It's the case of poor Prada practices.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Ms. Newsath, you were selling on eBay what?
2 Prada bags. It was a set.
And what kind of bags? Nylon bags?
Yes.
And you end up selling it to Ms. Delbridge Smith for $232.50?
Yes.
And then what happens?
She left positive feedback, Your Honor. It says, "This is an awesome seller. Love the delivery of the items. Thanks." Then about 10 days later, I get an email from her. She says, "Hi, I'm the person that bought the Prada black nylon trim carry-on, travel bag, and gym set. I'm leaving for out of town tomorrow, and I'm packing using the travel carry-on, and it's broken. I'm not sure if you're aware, but the description states that the bags was never used, just missing the tags. I provided pictures. Please advise. Thanks."
All right. And the picture was of a broken buckle?
Yes, she sent multiple pictures of her on the same thing. It was a metal piece on the strap of the larger bag.
Okay. And then what happens?
I addressed her the following morning. I responded, "Hello, Miss Sharita. Of course I remember the nice Prada set. So you're having problems with the carry-on part? I never got to use it. I wonder if it could be fixed. I know you said your trip is this weekend. No time. I would like to offer a partial refund for the strap to get fixed when you return. $25. If you're okay with that, I'll send it via PayPal." So,
and what happened? Was she okay with it or no? She wrote you back that she was not okay with a partial refund, that she wanted a complete refund, correct?
Yes, that is correct. After I sent her the partial refund, she did respond sometime after that. She said, "I do apologize. I'm mid-travel. I didn't want a partial refund. I was returning both items for a full refund, including shipping."
And what do you tell her? No?
No, I did not tell her no.
You never tell her no. In fact, what you do is you end up putting the money back in her PayPal account, and you send her a return slip so that it won't cost her anything to return the purchase.
That's correct.
So, Ms. Delbridge Smith, why didn't you return the purchase?
Well, I was in mid-travel when I was getting these emails from her.
Okay, but that was months ago.
Okay, when I got the notification from eBay that I received the refund, and it also states on my email that I did not have to return these items. So I'm thinking, okay, well, I don't have to return them. It's on my email from eBay when they told me that I had.
Why would you not have to return items if you got a complete refund? Let's look at the email from eBay. I'm sorry. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay.
No sense at all.
eBay, and I kind of went by that.
Well, so you thought it would be okay to completely nail her, to take her money and her bags? You thought it would be okay because a third party tells you that. I mean, why isn't there a moral compass inside that tells you to return them? She couldn't have made it easier for you. Let's see the eBay message. You have accepted the partial refund for Prada black nylon leather trim carry-on travel bag weekender and gym set 2. And the seller has refunded you $207.50. Why was it $207.50? Because you had already refunded the 25?
That's correct.
So let's just be clear about something. You had already received 25 and then you received the additional 207.50. That's the total amount you were out. Yes or no?
Well, I didn't
Ms.
know that I
Delbert-Smith.
received the 25. I got notified.
Well, you
that
have the PayPal account and they notify you every time money comes in. So I am asking you the following question. At the end of the day, you were refunded $232.50 completely, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And you were able to pull back somehow the 25, which is why you're only suing for the $207.50 in this lawsuit. Correct, Ms.
That's
Newsat?
correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And eBay did not resolve your dispute. You resolved your dispute, correct, Ms.
That's
Newsat?
correct.
Right. So eBay has no business saying you don't have to return the item unless what they thought, and I think this is what they thought, that she just got a partial refund. And so, because they didn't realize that you had sent the 25 before. And so they're thinking this was how you guys were. I don't care what eBay thought, but you know who's going to chase eBay and complain to eBay? You, Ms. Delbert-Smith, not you, Ms. Newsat, because this is completely inappropriate that you both keep the bags, get a return slip, and get all of your money back. Where are the bags now? What'd you do with the bags?
Well, I did put in there that I donated them. I just gave them to one of the ladies that was traveling with me because, no, I was not in the process of getting bags fixed, and it should have been fixed, but I felt like that her description of the bags was totally deceitful because if you look at the pictures
Well, and
of
you
the
have
bags,
a
it was
remedy for
definitely-
that, and that is to get your money back, which you did. But then you get this nonsensical email from eBay saying you don't have to return the money, or you don't have to return the bags, probably because 207 wasn't the full amount. So they have a form email that they send out to people. I don't know what it is. I don't care what it is because the law is very clear. You have to return the bags. And if you don't return the bags because you gave them away, then you got to pay that lady. Because you're not entitled to both. Keep
eBay
them.
told me that I didn't have to return
I don't
them,
care.
and
Go tell
she
eBay.
went to PayPal.
You go tell eBay that you have a problem with Judge Million. Because let me tell you what isn't happening under my watch. You are not going to take advantage of this wrong email that eBay sends you. Now, if you had resolved the dispute through eBay, I would look at you and say eBay's your agent. But you didn't. eBay encourages people to resolve the disputes among themselves, and you actually, Ms. Newsat, resolved it among yourselves. You immediately folded and sent her everything.
Against me.
$207.50, Ms. Delbridge-Smith. Have you ever watched my show? I've been on the air 20 years. Have you ever watched The People's Court? You know I'm not going to tolerate this. I don't want to live in a planet where that would be fair. You know that, right? $207.50, verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
Well, the plaintiff seems excited that she won. She's going to get the $207 back. Let's talk to Ms. Delbert-Smith. Ma'am, it's obvious you are going to have to pay the money because you said you donated the bags. You don't have them anymore, do you?
No, I don't. I actually just gave them to someone that was traveling with me. I was not into getting used bags. Her descriptions of the bags was deceitful to begin with because they was actually used bags.
Okay, well, the judge disagrees with you. You do have to pay for it. Anyway, let's talk to Ms. Newsat, who is, I think you're kind of excited you're going to get your money back. You heard the defendant. Yes. She thinks they weren't new. The bags weren't new. Were they?
They were a gift from my ex. They had been sitting around in my closet. I never got to travel. And during this pandemic, you couldn't go anywhere. So I sold them, and they were not defective, as she said.
So you just hadn't used them, that's all. They weren't brand new. They were unused, let's put it that way. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, congratulations. I hope you're satisfied.
Thank you.
Okay. You're very welcome. All right. That's an interesting case involving eBay in the middle of it. Let's see what the judges have to say. Another session now of After the Verdict.
I have a feeling we're going to see Ms. Delbridge Smith with the Prada weekender bag. I don't know.
Maybe, maybe not. The charitable view might be to say, well, she thinks maybe eBay was still going to compensate the seller or something.
No,
through
and
their
she
protocol.
said, I donated them. And her answer to the complaint,
Right.
is, I just said that. I gave it to a friend. I'm like, what?
I don't think she was really trying to grift it. But you look at this, and there's a way to resolve the dispute through eBay. And if you do it through the eBay guidelines, you might not have to return the bag, like they said. But this was resolved independent of the eBay.
It was.
Right?
And see, eBay has its rules, which say to both seller and buyer, you have to abide by our rules.
Right.
And so if you have a dispute and the dispute is resolved by eBay, you can't thumb your nose at eBay.
Right.
You're going to have to be bound by it. But, you know, do you get your advice from eBay?
No. I don't look to decide what's right or wrong from eBay guidelines.
Right.
But, you know, hey, look, it was the right decision. I agree. At the end of the day, it's a ruling you can be proud of.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So Julie wants to know this. Hey, Harvey, my son-in-law lives in Florida. His former employee is holding his last paycheck for no reason. Should he hire an attorney to get his money, or is there another way without having to go to court? So there are a lot of states that have labor commissions, and you can go to the labor commission, especially if you are owed wages that your employer is not paying, and they can tell the employer you've got 30 days to pay up, and if they don't pay up, they can order that the employer pay you money plus penalties. That will do it for this case. Litigants, for the next case, inside the courtroom.